What's up, guys? Marlon back here with another massive news video for you guys and girls today. So without further ado, let's jump right into this, and we're starting off here with a report literally just leaking out Nintendo's first half of 2020 games. Man, this is crazy. This guy is very, very credible. So we have a report here saying that Nintendo is planning several HD remakes of classic, including Paper Mario 64, Fire Emblem Echoes, and also making a new Star Fox, Kirby, and Captain Toad titles. So this is interesting, guys. I'm just literally blown away. So this is stemming from someone that was correct out on Twitter. I believe his name is Komaro, if I'm saying his name correctly. He talked about all the remake stuff, and then Nintendo came out and talked about all of these remakes that they're going to be doing for the Nintendo Switch stemming from the 3DS. So this guy was legit correct, because he tweeted something out back in 2019 mentioning Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. And of course, we're getting Pokemon Mystery Dungeon and a host of other titles, right? So now he's basically saying that all of them coming to the Nintendo Switch instead during 2020 to 2021. The first one to be announced will be a new style Boutique 4. I believe that's planned for spring 2020 and announced in a Nintendo Direct early next year. So this was from 2019. Now he also tweeted back out and says Nintendo Switch lineup for the first half of 2020 will be Brain Training Switch. Wow. Tokyo Mirage Session. We're getting Tokyo Mirage Session, Metroid Prime Trilogy. That's a game that's been heavily rumored. Everybody's been talking about it. Best Buy leaked it out. A bunch of other retailers had it up. So at this point, I do believe Metroid Prime Trilogy is just right around the corner. We also have Animal Crossing New Horizon. We know that's coming, right? This was from November of 2019 that this guy put out this information. Also, we have the new style Boutique 4, probably renamed for the Nintendo Switch, and then Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Wow. So this guy is freaking credible, because IGN's boss was hinting at Pikmin 3. You know, he was talking about real-time strategy and everything like that. So there we go. We got Pikmin 3. And then we have Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, which a Danish retailer pretty much got that listed already to come out, I believe, sometime in May. So, wow, man, this guy carry a lot of weight. And then he later goes on to say that a new Donkey Kong Country is coming. Now, let me stop right there, because we have a new developer. Well, not a new developer, but he was the one that was responsible for the last two Donkey Kong games or whatever on the Wii, and I believe on the Wii U and everything like that. And so he was going back to retro or whatever the case may be. So that can basically validate that a bit, because we might be getting a new Donkey Kong Country game after all. And also, he says, however, not from retro. So apparently this new Donkey Kong game is not coming from retro. So, okay. But the real notable thing is that two Wii U games, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, that makes the next Wii U port fall into place. So there we go. So he tweets it out again, and he says Nintendo want to release the sequel of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild between Q4 of 2020 and Q1 of 2021. That's insane. Then he goes on to say they have also a Wind Waker HD port for the Switch prepared in case the game comes to the latest and have some Zelda in 2020. So just in case if they don't come out with Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 in 2020, they're going to come out with a Wind Waker HD port to continue to have good sales to the franchise. Man, I'm just literally blown away, and he's not even done yet. And finally, there is also Metroid game that is coming late 2020, a 2D Metroid game. Then planned is to make this franchise relevant again. So the 2D Metroid game, apparently they're going to try to make that relevant again or whatnot, which actually makes a lot of sense. The plan is to make the franchise relevant, okay, and bring good sales. For Metroid Prime 4, 2021 at the earliest, releasing this and the Prime Trilogy HD next year. Oh my God. Oh my God. So we're getting Prime 4, right? And, well, 2021, which I don't know, it might happen, 2021 at the earliest, 2021. And then Prime Trilogy this year, because this was from 2019. And also the last thing he says, if you wonder what's going to happen to Star Fox franchise, if Captain Toad is going to have a sequel, where is WarioWare? Or what's the next iteration of the Kirby franchise? Ask me after E3 2020. Wow. So this guy right here have a lot of credibility, guys. I'm just literally blown away by all this information. It sounds realistic because Pokemon Mystery Dungeon got announced around the same time that he said it was going to get announced. So this guy is definitely credible here. Wow, man. It's just early 2020, man, and we're heating up, guys. We are heating up with the news and information here. And the last part of the news video that I have for you guys and girls today is that the PlayStation 5 is a key influence on Sony's upcoming range of TVs. So their 8K TVs and their 4K TVs is going to be designed with the PlayStation 5 in mind. So I have some details here that in attempt to make its range of televisions PS5 ready, Sony is going big with resolution and responsiveness. Because with next generation systems, that's pretty much where it's at. The responsiveness, the resolutions and all of that. So to ensure that players will get the best experience possible, certain TVs in its 2020 range will offer HDR up to 8K resolution, 4K at 120 frames per second, and faster response times, utilizing the latest HDMI input standard. So this is crazy. So the Z8H right now, Sony's new flagship display, will support 8K at 60 frames per second or 4K at 120 frames per second. So theoretically speaking, I believe that the PlayStation 4 will do 4K at 120. The PlayStation 5, sorry, will do 4K at 120 hertz per second. I'm not hertz. I meant to say frames per second. And then it's going to do upscale 8K. So this is really amazing news that they're designing their, 4K and 8K TVs with the PlayStation 5 in mind. It just makes sense, right? So you can get the best visual and hardware specifications out of the system. So I'm really excited, guys, about all this news and all this information. Now, let me know what you guys think about all of the news that we just talked about today. If you're brand new to the channel, click that subscribe button and also turn on that notification bell to where you never miss another video or live stream. Thank y'all so much for the tremendous support, man. I don't even know if we're going to do the podcast today. If we do it, it might be later down today. If not, we might postpone it because some of the guys and everything, we're trying to get them together and everything like that. It's a new year and everything like that. But love y'all. If y'all stayed through the whole thing, y'all are the real MVP. And peace. I love you guys so much. Stay tuned for the next video, man, or live stream. We out of here.